Welcome in, everyone. It is officially time to kick this back off with episode two of the Paranormal Sidecast. And again, I am joined by my good friend, Stephen Lambert.
Well, I mean, last time it was just such a great time that I had with you, Joey, and you freaked me out so much that I was like, you know what? I figured I'm going to open myself up to some more paranormal things, and I know you got another video to show me today. So last time, uh, crazy stuff happened to where you were having like an actual intelligent conversation with a
Mhm.
ghost, and so I'm very curious on what you have for me today.
Well, today, so yeah, that was a part two of our pretty terrifying night, if we're being honest, but we haven't even got to the worst part of that night. That's what I'm showing you tonight, or today, is more of that terrifying night. I've got Right now, I have it queued up. I may change it, where it's queued up at, just because, and you can see it right now. What you have to read.
Those are some really good friends right there. So if you're like, obviously, this is audio, so you can't see what we're seeing, but like on the caption, it says, "This is where our dear friends decided to scare us by doing something that we know is a terrible idea."
Uh huh.
I don't know what that means, but this is
Well,
this.
better find out, buddy.
All right, well, let's see what you got.
Oh man, and luckily now we have it on the big screen to where he can see it.
All right, so
Yeah, this is where our buddy Jax finally came in after work.
okay,
Um, but we were getting ready to put Abby on go for her like second or third Estes method of the night. Like we've both been under a lot at this point. He's
right,
like, this point, dude.
okay. So y'all are like tired at this point. You've
Yeah,
been
we're
under.
we're getting there. I've been under. I know I've been under three times for over one time for over 20 minutes, which you saw that
I mean, yeah, man, that officer that was
video.
you were talking to, is freaky.
Yeah. But this is it. So Abby starts getting under, and I make sure everything's good with the room. I always try to step off so that way it's harder for her to hear the questions.
Right. Just
Just
to make sure you're
being as authentic as possible. And we say that at the end of this video. It's like, hey, this is real. Like it is. Our content is probably the realest paranormal content you're gonna find on YouTube.
something match.
Hmm.
What is it? A match. Okay.
We still don't know what that meant. We're that did scare us. We didn't know them, but
Me and Jax are at.
Leah and Jack are at the chapel.
Wait, so okay, hold on. All right. So, what came through Ab what Abby when Abby went under? Did Abby say chapel?
She said, she said match, walking, but what? I look out the window and my our friends have decided they are going to, in their brilliance, walk over to the chapel at 1 a.m. They're
Yeah.
gonna walk over to the chapel, which is
Yeah, the chapel over at West Georgia is there's a lot of history when it comes to that
mhm.
chapel
Yeah,
and
we got into it a little bit with the last
oh
episode.
yeah, 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 a lot of history. It's there's a
The
lot of
oldest building still standing in Carrollton.
yeah, there's some activity that goes on in that chapel, and it's just something that, like, even being there during the afternoon is creepy. Being there in the 1 o'clock in the morning is just, I would not do it. Absolutely not.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know why they did. I'm trying to find the other thing from the night that got us. Might have been after they came back. It was okay. Our final push. And like I've warned them Like, it's bad. They decided to go anyway. I Abby freaked out when I said like, Abby
Mhm.
was like, "No, no, you're not." I'm like, "I'm at least gonna tell them to get the hell away from it. Like, we shouldn't be near it. It is a no go." But we get them back, and I go under, and this is well, let me bring it to the actual start of. Oh, hang on, this is a funny bit. And this is the start of me going under for the
Okay.
last time, last push of the night, and some of the things that line up is just weird.
Alright.
That's my roommate walking in. My roommate just goes, "Are you still filming?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "Understandable. Bye."
Yeah, I ain't sticking around for the ghosties.
He said, to quote my roommate, "I'm too black for this shit."
So, pause real quick.
Yeah.
Do you think that in the future, or like, because I think I don't know if you did this the last time on this video, or because it is the same one. Are you going to be blindfolded like in the future times, or
Yes,
does that
we're
freak
gonna.
you out?
So sometimes, um, I'm gonna try to be at least covered up. Or, sorry, covered up. Forgot about have mic in my face so they can hear me.
Yeah.
This is odd. So like I'm gonna try to get something like that. It may just be like we put on a toboggan or something over our faces so that way.
Right.
But it I'd say half the time I'd say half the time I can't even tell what's going on in the room even if I can see anything because I'm like trying to look around and I'm like so most of the time when you see me looking around
You're
it's
just
really
zoned
just
out.
me like trying to piece the words together. You literally just see me going what that makes sense that doesn't make sense and then just say whatever.
Yeah, just say whatever word comes through the
And I'm
radio. That's
trying to
it.
think, like, that even makes sense? Like, why was that word on the radio?
Yeah.
So weird.
I got you. Yeah. So, because I know, like, I've seen other guys. I mean, we've seen other investigators, like
Yeah.
the ones on TV and everything. Like, whenever they do the same investigation, just to make it as like
Yeah, they tried I would
as
say
as less skeptical as possible. Like, just
yeah.
because, like, if you're blindfolded and you have the soundproofing headphones,
Mhm.
then there's absolutely no way you're hearing what the other person's like
Yeah. I would
saying.
say, and I can't read lips for shit.
Yeah.
So, which doesn't help me out. Yeah. That could be a great feature to learn. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
But no, so, we may try. I'm about to say, it was also hot. That's why we didn't do it. It was way too damn hot. That's why, like, for one time, got in a hoodie and it's like this room was set to we couldn't move the thermostat. It was set to P6.
Right.
So
And
I was like, we ain't putting
well,
risking
we
it.
we live in Georgia, man.
Yeah.
That's what you
So,
get.
but this investigation was interesting. Did I hit play? Did. God, I forgot to say. At first, we thought it said YouTube. It said YouTube. Uh, where it starts talking about Felix. That I know. I know that time.
Down, look down. Oh, okay, okay.
Like it's Felix telling us, "Hey, this is where I am," and I look up like, "What are they doing? Huh? Did I say something to make them
Well,
stop?"
Abby was looking out the window, and then as soon as Abby was like had her head out,
Mhm.
that's when it came out saying "look down." So is it
Uh,
telling? So is the ghost telling Abby to look down?
yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, and I'm looking around like, what are you doing? Am I saying something to make them look outside? What the hell?
Sweet piece.
Sleep in peace.
Okay.
Um, what we figured out it meant. So it's telling us we can sleep peacefully tonight. It'll protect us from anything that tries to touch us. And I was like, thanks. That's not horrifying at the same time, though, you bastard. Did you figure pick up what I just said
I
when I
didn't hear that. I could
okay,
hear, like, a
here you go.
mumble.
So I'm gonna back it up real quick. So you can rehear that. That was an intro.
Harvey.
I felt something
Ugh.
coming. Mhm.
Okay, let's go quick pause. That's I hate that.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that at all. So Joey's like so the Joey says Harvey, and Harvey is a spirit that y'all have interacted
Mhm.
with in the past. Is it the go? Is it the cop?
Yes, that's
It,
Officer Harvey.
that's Officer Harvey who died in like what, the 1920s.
Mhm. During a
Um,
alcohol bust. Yeah.
w- insane, insane that y'all are able to get that research
Mhm.
and find that. But yeah, I mean, then it was like as soon as one of the your friends asked the question off camera, it's just like, Harvey, are you here with us right now? Joey felt, what would you felt? It felt like a breeze or something
It felt
come right
like
by you.
something passed by me, but what I also said right before I moved, it sounded like a cat was purring in my ear.
Ugh,
Through the headphones, it sounded like a cat started purring in my ear, and then I felt something go by me. I was like, "That's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that."
that yeah, yeah. I don't like that either. And then you were just like, okay, just to like as if it was just a breeze or the AC turning on. You said the AC's been off for hours.
Oh yeah, like I said, it was set for some
Because you
reason. It
see,
got
like,
set
okay,
to
because it is one thing, like, you see the
yeah,
AC
you
unit
can
is
see
right
it, and
there.
it's been closed the
So for
entire
people
night.
who watch the YouTube, watch this video in the future, like that's off. That
Yeah,
doesn't
you
work.
can't. Yeah, that unit has been off. I think at that point, I don't think it'd been on the entire semester. The AC in that room had been down
Okay.
most of that semester. Which is why it was so hot in that room. Like we were starting to sweat at some point. So we had to get out of the room and get something to
Ugh.
drink. It was bad. And this is where it gets worse somehow. It disturbs.
Mm, Chapel.
Mm-hmm. And then Leah immediately sits down, freaked out. I noticed. I didn't realize that when I was doing it 'cause I wasn't paying attention.
Wasn't there.
He wasn't there tonight.
Si
He's in center
Hold
point.
on. That's
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate the fact, okay, so
The entity
I
that haunts the
I
chapel wasn't
hate
there tonight. He was
I
at center
hate
point.
the fact that out of all of the words that you can possibly put together through a radio signal, that center point came through
Mm-hmm.
so clearly and back to back.
Yeah.
Um, like when West Georgia, like center point is like a big thing. Like that's
That's huge
like one of
for
the
us.
main parts about it in the campus. That I got nothing for that. That's really weird. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you're having like 26 channels coming in every single second, and
Because
center point is a
we
center
come
point
through
chapel.
42.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
like there
42 channels that it flips through at a time.
yeah, like you got center point, you're getting chapel, you're getting Harvey, you're getting wasn't there. Like all of that is just it just sounds like somebody is just straight up talking to you
Mm-hmm.
and telling you like where he is at that point.
Yeah.
I
It
hate
does.
that.
Yeah. It's like, how do we get this stuff to the radio? And it's like, I have tried to debunk it, and I've given up. I'm like, I don't know if we can debunk it. Like, this is literally what I'm hearing. Like,
Like the only other way that you can like debunk it is just purely say that it's just like coincidence.
yeah.
Like, cause that's the only way you can. It's not
Yeah. But
like you're sitting there like with a
reading
button
it.
or something and just like saying, okay, let's just do this word at this time. Or it's not like you're faking this as well, because maybe some people are just like, oh, Joey, you're just all of this is a sham. Like all of this is just you putting on an act.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing you don't have the time for that.
No. No, I do
You don't
not.
have the time to sit there and write out a script and be like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do for this YouTube video tonight. That's not you. Like you were
Yeah.
literally just on your headset going like I'm just
Here's what
saying the
is being
words that's
said.
coming through the headset.
Yeah. Like,
I
yeah.
hate that. That's like I
It
mm-mm.
freaked us out, and you can see Abby is actually about like and they're just like, "Oh, oh, great, it's not here. We're good." Abby's like, "Oh god, no," and then starts sneezing randomly, which she doesn't sneeze very much. So that
She's
was
not allergic to cats, is she?
no, I don't know. That's a great question.
The
I'm
cat
not.
purring. It's a ghost cat.
Well, I mean, there is a ghost cat. Remember the little orange guy?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I didn't say anything there. That.
That
Well, your I don't
do you
remember.
remember saying
I
anything
don't
there?
remember saying anything there.
It coulda just it like because I think I should see your mouth move a little bit. It's tough to see because 'cause you're covering your mouth with your hand.
I don't know.
You feel like a cat is laying on your
Like
shoulder?
literally, and I've felt that before. I have a cat that literally will do that. She will lay here on me while I'm playing video games. Sorry, on the shoulder and stuff like that. Oh, oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Stay quiet.
Mm.
And at this point, she shows me the time. One more time.
At that point, okay. What time? What's the time?
5 seconds. She shows me 5 seconds on the clock. That's all she shows me. Like 5, 6 seconds. You can see it at one point. It's just a timer.
So what does this mean? So what is the
The spirit box, after I see the time, literally, as she goes to show me the time, goes, "Good night, y'all."
Oh.
Really, I hear, "Good night, y'all."
Oh, wow. Okay, so as soon as you take off the headphones, the spirit's basically saying, I was like, "All right,
Like
good
it
talking with
continues to
y'all."
see the time. It's like it was looking over my shoulder and saw the time and went, "Oh, okay, I guess this is it."
Yeah, good night. Yeah.
Like it actually was on my shoulder and like watching,
Oh, oh, so the spirit is over your
like as if
shoulder.
it's there with me and could see. Oh, I only have this much time left. Oh well, I'll go ahead and say good night.
So at least you're dealing with a spirit that like is very protective or,
Yeah, or at least chill.
yeah, chill at least. Again, I don't
Right.
know what this is. Okay? Like
Me either.
I've told you that I I'm a skeptic of this stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I don't want to go too far like with believing in like like but it's also something that I don't know, and that is extremely weird, and it sounds like from, like, the conversations and everything that at least, like, at that point, you were just dealing with a spirit that's very, like, chill,
Hmm.
protective, and
At that point, the spirit that was still talking, was the one that wanted to make sure we were safe.
right, because and didn't want your friends to go near that chapel.
Yeah, it was pissed. Oh, spirit was pissed at us, at them for doing that. Instead of at one point, but this is my final state.
I think yeah, so Abby yeah, I think Abby's a full-on believer now.
Hmm.
Comes to an end. If you have any questions, saw something that we missed, let us know in the comments. Okay.
Like,
So,
like,
that was
holy
crazy.
crap, dude!
Um,
It was insane. Like that night was just wild.
yeah, like, with the craziest thing, because there's the whole thing about, like, I don't usually react to the EMF stuff, like, with the red like, 'cause those, like, with videos you see that, like, you like you said, you press on the thumb
press on it, and that's
and, like, when it turns red, I don't know, like, that one's weird a little bit, but
which one, still the
yeah,
handout.
like, where it turns into red, like,
Yeah,
it's green most of the time, and then, like, it doesn't react unless there's something going
something
on here.
supposedly right there. Yeah,
But
that one
that
can be
one
tough.
is like, dude, the fact that you're dealing with all, like, different words and stuff, and, like, you're getting intelligent answers from the questions that you're asking is very weird, and I don't
Mhm.
know if it's, like, it could be a coincidence, but how can you have a coincidence happen,
Yeah.
like, 10 times in a row?
I mean, you're talking about, you um, like you were just saying. I haven't showed you this video
Alright, now real quick, because
yet.
I know
Mhm.
you said you wanted to mention this on the podcast, are you still okay with mentioning this on the podcast with the footage that you found?
Yes. So actually, that's what I'm was about to talk about. So I was about to show you the Halloween special part two, which I still can't figure out how the heck this thing went off. We were talking about EMF reader, so let me find the EMF reader on here. But what was crazy to me is we had a lot more footage that night. That night we had tons of footage, and I mean we had two cameras.
Yeah.
I went back and checked that camera twice, and like even the week after when I went to work, I checked that camera. Footage was gone. We're talking, I think it was 2.5 hours of footage. Damn. I'm sitting here at work, minding my business, and we are getting ready to set up podcast stuff, and I mess with that camera again. And I notice it says there's 8 clips on it. I'm like, it should only be three. I look back, and it says October 31st to November 1st. And I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome. There it is. 2.5 hours of lost footage. 7 months.
So, what like, basically, when he was on campus that night when he was about to go and edit all the footage, there was nothing in the, nothing there, like, it was just wiped clean,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and he had no clue what was going on, and then just all of a sudden, like, just by all because you checked it twice, you checked it both times on that campus just to make sure that you weren't crazy and that something went wrong. So like I said, you were freaked out pretty badly because you were just like, "That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how that footage could just, like, reappear." If it was something that went off with the computer, but you checked it on 2 different computers, right?
I checked it on my computer. I checked it on the SD card that I got out of that camera. And then I checked the camera's hard drive. Both acted like nothing got recorded that night. The SD card was blank. The camera only had the two previous videos from work. And I was like, okay, great. We lost the second camera angle. At least we had the primary that showed some of the more important
And now you got all that footage back just because
stuff.
now that you were off at campus, I mean, it's like you said, we've seen, like we've seen other, investigations to where, like, that happens a lot, where, like, you're in an area where, like, that's supposed to be a lot of activity, where you're getting, like, technology that, like
Just messes up. Like,
yeah, like, messes up all of a sudden, like, you can charge it full battery, but then, like, you'll be out there, just trying to film something, and all of a sudden, like, the camera dies all of a sudden, and you're like, "What the heck?" Like, this was charged at full battery, there's no reason this should be dead right now.
I mean, I had my lights dialed. I can charge my lights, and those lights are supposed to last 4 hours
Yeah,
or 8 hours, something like that. Yeah, I think each battery is supposed to last at full brightness for 4 hours. It died at 28.
it's just weird. There's,
I
like
watched it. We literally watched. You can watch it die in the video. Just it's like that was short. And Abby's like, "What the hell?" I watched it charge,
mhm.
and it's on camera. It just and I show it on camera. Me trying to click it back on.
And
It's
we've seen that
gone.
happen all the time, like, we've seen, like,
Salmon
they'll just because
Colby,
and
to name
the
drop, I
explanation
guess.
they always go to is the fact that, "Look, you can believe it if you want, if you believe it if you don't." But the main thing is, like, spirits take that energy or you they
Because it takes energy to be able to communicate to the mortal plane. That's what the theory is. So they try to take that energy from anything. So it will kill your device. Hell, my phone has died on an investigation. I had a fully charged phone, and then I looked down. I'm like,
Yeah,
Started at 90. Like maybe it was at 5.
but
I also
all
screwed
right,
that day.
let's check out the you got some crazy I don't like the look of this footage.
This is
It's very
infrared.
creepy.
This is infrared
It's
footage.
very creepy.
So that way we can see into the corner in case he showed up.
Mm. Okay, so
You can see where my
you
hand
showed me this
is.
footage before. This is like you're walking by where the sink is,
Mhm.
and like
Yeah, I just haven't done it with us on the podcast. That's why I wanted to get
you're
it.
walking by where the sink is, and you have the EMF reader in your hand.
And I have all of my fingers
Oh
showing.
yeah, you can see it. Like your
Like
fingers
you
are
can,
nowhere near the center of that
like
of the
the
device.
button. Well, I'm gonna try to describe it. Like there's a button on the front of this thing right under where the lights would be for an EMF reader. My fingers are all around it. Like I'm wrapped around it. Well, my pointer finger couldn't make it because it's pointer finger, but that's a physical problem. But like, so I am wrapped around this thing. My thumb is nowhere near the button, and it just starts lighting up.
And Joey walks by the sink, and he is just like it wasn't even like he wasn't even investigating at this point. You were just walking by the sink. You were trying to go back to your friends and just kind of like clarify something. And then while you were walking by, the EMF shoots up all the way to red. And your friends are just like, "What the heck was that?"
And I'm like,
Like,
what are
there's
y'all
no
talking?
that's creepy, and you're so clueless. You have no
Yeah,
idea.
like literally.
Then it's like, okay, on the off chance that it happens once, you're just like, whatever.
Like, hang on.
But then you go by it again.
Like, because here it is.
Hit
It's
it
going
again.
off at the sync. Boom, boom, and you can see I'm holding it. Mm. Like, and you just see I immediately am like, what the hell just? I'm like, please don't be in close. Please don't be in close. Please don't be in close.
You're just hoping that it's not.
I'm like, okay, cool. You can see the actual pain in my face when I realized, oh, there's something right here. This is when I started freaking out.
Yeah, there's just yeah, it's like you're just like, "Bro, let me cope
And
right
it
now."
gets worse. It gets somehow worse. My buddy gets it.
Okay. And then you just like you didn't even move at that time and it just went up again.
And then Alex will come over and put it in the exact same spots, and it does nothing.
But then you grab it again cuz you're just like, "Okay, Alex like is trying to like put it in the same spot, trying to go over there." You're just trying to test to make sure it's just like maybe it
Maybe it's catching an energy wave or something, but like, can't see it. Like, and it does nothing outside
nothing.
the entire
It's not even close. It is just it went all the way up to the like we
like here
saw
went
it on
red,
video.
and it is, yeah, you can see it. Like, yes, this is infrared. He got freaked out about the mirror. Yeah, at one point we even thought there was something standing with us in the mirror.
Mhm.
Like, and we
Well, it's
we
also every time you move, like your arm, like your damn shadow is always freaking me out because I'm just like,
what shadow?
th- do you see the shadows? How
Oh,
like it's
barely.
barely, yeah, like it.
Wait a damn second. How did we all miss that one?
Yeah, there's a
I
little.
and none of us reacted to that one. How the hell? you can see, I'm just holding it.
No,
If you
there's
just,
nothing weird.
I'm just holding it like this at this point.
Just keep
Goes off
not
on
supposed to do that.
no, it's not. Well, I mean, it's supposed to go off when it feels something, but there's nothing there for it to feel. So I just dip. I'm like, bye y'all.
Like, forget this.
And then Alex immediately goes back over. It does nothing. So we were just like, all right, goodbye. We're done.
Yeah,
So yeah, it that night, it's one of the nights that will be sketched in forever, but it isn't even somehow. It's been talked now so many more times. It's been talked.
yeah. There's a lot, like, of weird things, that obviously you just can't explain, so I'm not even going to try to. I'm just going to point this as to a thing to where it's just I don't know
Mhm.
what to say there. Like, you can just say it's coincidence. You can say that, like, some words come through the radio that sounds like it's intelligent conversation, or we try to come up with it in our minds that it's like that all of it's real, but it's very weird, and
But
there's nothing you can really say to, like, dispute it unless it's
that's
just
the ones that are even more confusing. It's like, how do we dispute this? Oh, we crap.
yeah, and it's like because you want to, you like because at the end of the day, like, that's what this is y'all are trying to do. It's just like because I mean, curiosity, like, that's what it is right
Mhm.
now. And the one thing that I've, like, realized about, like, for paranormal investigation in itself is, anybody that hasn't actually gone in and tried to
Mhm.
go into paranormal investigation, you usually don't see any activity. For me, I've never tried to. I've never
Mhm.
actually dove in to an investigation and went like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go into a haunted place and let's just bring some
Yeah.
technology and let's see what this is all about." Never
Mhm.
done that. So, my entire life, I have gone without having, like, any activity happen. I've never had any, like, things being moved. I've never had any, like, crazy paranormal, like, stuff happen at all. At least in my life, I have not.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Let's hope that doesn't happen soon.
Well,
But it's like
let's even
maybe
do an investigation.
unless you do it like yeah, you
Let's
know, before the summer ends, we might do something.
stay tuned.
But like you said, I mean, it's just for the people that haven't done that. Of course, they're going to be skeptics because nothing's ever happened.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're having a firsthand experience, like Abby never had any, like, never did any like paranormal investigation beforehand. But then as soon as you
Then
know,
you start doing it, and it just starts getting more and more like we can't we can't push this off. It doesn't make sense.
and it's the one thing about, like, the one thing I do know about because I do believe in one thing I do believe is spirits. Absolutely. I believe in
Oh yeah,
spirits. I also
absolutely.
believe in demons.
Don't get me
Um,
started on them. I've met a few.
brother, if you are going after and you are asking questions and they will they're gonna mess with you big time. They're
Hmm.
gonna mess with you big
There's
time.
tricksters in both realms, and there is one place I'm not gonna say where yet. I'm gonna wait to talk to you off camera or off recording
Right.
because I don't want to give it away yet. I'm considering going somewhere. We just have to get camera and everything out, some cameras out there, with some batteries.
Yeah, find the time to as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I want to try to get out somewhere and record. To be like, let's see if there's other places. Let's see outside of the school because I want to, at one point, put this now. I want to go do national trips and stuff. When one,
which is
I'm
that's
have
money.
money. Yeah, just
That's money.
because one of the trips I've planned is a $7,000 or $8,000 trip, and I'm like, I'm broke. I'm still in college. I got to
Yep.
worry about that first. But you know what? We'll get to it. We'll definitely talk about it. We'll see, and there may or may not be a big video come out talking about or like saying, "Hey, this is where we're going. This is
Yeah.
where we went."
Yeah, because
Holy crap!
it's a totally different thing when when you're at a school, like, with a bunch of other like, a bunch of other people to investigate with, but when you're in a place that's unfamiliar,
When you're at a new place that's never been
the stakes
investigated
get
before,
risen.
that's never been investigated before,
Ugh. Oh, no, no,
and
no.
it's
No, brother.
local. It is local to me, Auntie.
Fantastic. Love it. Great.
And actually, with that, thank y'all for listening. We're gonna wrap this
Great. Joey's gonna get me killed.
episode up. No, we're not going anywhere that sketchy. Hang on now. I'm not risking your life.
Right. Well, if that's Joey, I appreciate you having me on again, dude.
Thank you for coming on, brother.
This is crazy stuff, dude.
Yeah. And by the way, if you want to actually hear more of Steven, go tune in to his weekly podcast. Go ahead.
Oh, look, man, if y'all anybody out there that doesn't, that also loves Ghost as much as they love wrestling. All right, now look at me, man. I like my paranormal, but I also love me some wrestling. And if the one thing that I love talking about is wrestling all the time. So if you like wrestling, even from the '90s, like just like wrestling anytime, like I know when you were a kid, you watch like characters like John Cena, CM Punk. My podcast is going to talk about all of it. It's called Slambert's Wrestling Week Podcast. The reason we call it Slambert, first name Steven, last name Lambert, you put it together, you get Slambert, and I love talking about wrestling. So please tune in if you can. It's the podcast just started. The first episode's up right now, so go check it out. Please subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, do whatever you can, man. Let's try and grow it as much as you can. And I just, like I said, let's just want to build a community. I love talking wrestling and I love talking about it with people that also love it as much as I do. So
And I
go
want
check
to
it out.
see him succeed. I mean, he's of course a brother to me at this point. So want to see him succeed, and happy to always have him on and support him, and
Absolutely,
give him
man.
the big push. So with that, folks, thank you for tuning in. I've been your host Joey Prater, and this has been the Paranormal Sidecast. It, it's still recording. Hang on.